Yes, hello there. My name's Nick Brown, and I am the founder of Careabout. And Careabout is a website that helps you to think through the things that you care about in your community, and it helps you to make a difference. Okay. We all know that something's not quite right out there. We turn on our televisions and we see the police firing tear gas at our children and hitting them with batons and goodness knows what else. And that there are some problems. I've written a book on the subject because I've been thinking about this ever since the UK's national debt just took off and spiraled completely out of control. And it simply isn't sustainable, and we need to do something about it. And I think doing something about it has got to do with ground up change. I think that we collectively have become increasingly risk averse, and what we need to do is to help people focus on what's happening. So, just looking quickly at the website here, what do you do? What do you care about in your local community? If you'd like to make a difference, you're in the right place. Okay, so these are then the first steps that you take, but there are, if you go into getting started and just go down to well-being, I'd like to spend a couple of minutes just talking you through the rationale behind this, because actually what we've lost, I think, having thought about it a bit, is the ability to help each other. And if we do help each other, then you help yourself because you belong and you have that sense of well-being. The path to well-being is quite well established, and we used this piece of research in work that we did with West Midlands Police in Birmingham some time back that was very successful. And the key steps are: know yourself, know others, engage with other people. As a result of engaging, belong to a community, and then when you make a difference, that will improve your self-belief when you go back up to the top and start again. What Careabout does is it helps you think that process through. So it asks you, why you? Why were you put on this earth? What are your beliefs? What are your values? And it simply asks you to prioritize those and have a think. And there's another thing for ones that we've missed, but it just starts off with some pretty standard things. And it's all very well having lots of values and beliefs, but in order for you to do something and make a difference, what are you going to do that's going to help your community? What are the things that you care about in your community? And in order to be able to make a difference, you need to have a think about what your skills are. There's also another bit that's got to do with, once you've decided which bits you care about in your community, precisely which bits. There's a bit more detailed drill down, which I'll take you through shortly. Once you fill this in, if you let us know who you are, then we will introduce you. Well, first thing we'll do is we'll send you a pie chart with what you think compared to what everybody else thinks in your community, so you get an idea as to what matters to other people as well. And that, to all intents and purposes, is the process that starts the community manifesto. So know yourself, know others, and then we know what matters to us, what we care about the community, because people have told us. And we have various techniques from the work we did with the police to make sure that that is statistically valid and has some authority associated with it. Then you have the opportunity, off the back of that, should you wish to do so, to become a Careabout ambassador, which takes you to the next stage, okay? Or you can just crack on your own. Doesn't matter, okay? So the engagement piece, we can introduce you to other people. So moving over to the left here, we come back to the values and integrity thing we were talking about, your people, family, friends, colleagues, and the people that you work with, okay? You can interact with them, go around that loop, and as a result of helping people through engagement, you start to belong, you start to make a difference, and that improves your self-belief. So that's the thing that's under our immediate control. Two side bits to this on the right-hand side is we do seem to be spending an awful lot of money, more and more and more money, with people that aren't solving the problems or aren't solving the right problems. Certainly at a local level, we would like to hold local councillors have some accountability for them delivering. And you'd be surprised in terms of making a difference. The majority that local councillors have is quite small, and they're often constrained by all sorts of reasons, none of which really matter. At the end of the day, they're elected to represent us, and that is the basis of democracy. And when the things that we want and what they do are two separate things, democracy fails. And ultimately, that's why we've got people tear gassing our children. It hasn't come here yet, but let's try and make sure that it doesn't. Okay. Then, furthermore, as part of making a difference, my time at London Business School and the various businesses I run and the advertising agency I ran in London for many, many years, I know that there are medium-sized companies out there to whom corporate shared values are important. And that means that they will be available once they've identified that what you want to do to make a difference aligns with what they want to do to make a difference, and they're interested in social media exposure, etc., etc. It's the classic scenario of if a company tells you they're wonderful, it's not very credible. If you say, look at all the things that I've been able to achieve, I couldn't have done it without XYZ company, and they've been really helpful, and their staff have helped, and all sorts of things, then everyone starts to belong, and that does make a difference, and it enables us to start helping ourselves. So that's the core thing. Okay. So coming back to what the first step might be, you can either go to this through the values at the top here, but let's just go straight back into the home page. And so you can get to it from here, or you can get to it from here. But I'm going to start with this. So if you go into your values, and just scroll down a bit, it says to you, what matters? What are your values? And this is the beautiful thing about this, is it works on your mobile phone as well. You don't have to think about it too much. You just have to say, actually, my independence is more important to me than money. Yeah. Or feeling involved is more important to me than money. Or actually, I'm lonely and I want a relationship. And that's the most important thing to me at the moment. Okay. And these things obviously will change with how old you are, and what one might call your life stage. Okay. If we've missed something, there's a little section here that says your comments or a suggested additional option. Also, if we're going to use this to say this is what the community thinks, we need to know we haven't got a few people filling out the same thing over and over and over and over again. So we ask for your permission to record your IP address so that we know that it is you, okay, and ask you to tick it. So let's suppose the thing that I cared about is parking. So I can tick the box, which I need to do, and submit it. And what happens is I get a thing back which says, this is what you have to say. And if you'd like to give us your name, you see I've done this before, an email address, and a postcode. And the point about the postcode is there's no use us introducing you to people on the other side of the planet for local bits. It may well be that we want to run global campaigns on this stuff and join people together, but that would probably be at ambassador level rather than the other bits. In terms of life stage, again, we're keen to know, have a bit of a feeling about what people at different stages in their life care about. Okay. For a number of different reasons, but otherwise it can get confusing, and you can start introducing the wrong people to the wrong guys. And if you submit that, it comes back and it says, here you are, this is what you said, this is the original list, and this is what everybody else in the community thinks. So you can have a look at this, and you can see these are actually pretty, it goes to show that we've been reasonably random about the selections that we've made so far. Okay, but that's where we are. There's a reasonable cross section, but if you wanted to meet other people who were in a relationship, for example, or who felt that what they needed was family support, then we can introduce you to those people. Okay, so that would be the first bit. This process then really repeats itself. You just go back to the home page and you do the same thing with your skills. So having asked yourself the question, what are the things, what are your values? The next question is, well, actually, I might move these around. So let's go into your community. And this is, what do you care about? Okay. So what do you care about? The same process, safety, environment, whatever it might be, fill in the things, it'll go through the same process. Once you've decided that education, for example, is your most important element, I'd ask you to go into your community, and there is another form here, or another set of priorities, reference to education, where it may be that you feel that the range of subjects is the most important thing. So whatever your first choice was, your main priority was, if you could fill it in again. And then just going into your skills, which is the final one, we've now had to think about what are your values. We've had to think about where those values matter to you in your community, what you care about in your community. The question is, if you want to become involved with that, what are your skills? Do you have giving, resources, time, skills, and cash? Not that we're looking for cash, really. These are the scarce resources. Friendship, support groups. Can you help people get around? You've got a car. Engaging, exploring ideas, getting people together. Whatever else you think might be able to help. Okay. When you've done that, you have done all that you need to do in terms of, along with everybody else, sorting out the information for the community manifesto. And with that, we can then start from there, start talking about things people might want to do. There will be a series of other bits of information available, and we'll start running campaigns, and you'll see these appearing on the website as time goes by, which you can be associated with. Okay, so that's the start to this, and I think I'm going to stop there because otherwise this video will become too long. So thank you very much for listening. I hope that works. If you need to get in touch with me, just email me on nick@careabout.co.uk, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks a lot. Have a good afternoon or good day. Cheers. Bye-bye.